Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Tuesday, April 29th, and after all those bottom calls, you saw the charts yesterday. After the bottom calls on all those, we finished off in reverse to puts, made some huge money to the upside. PCLN went up $60 from the bottom alert. Netflix 17, CMG $17. So those calls really worked out after we sold the puts yesterday and decided to jump in calls. So when you're in live chat, you're definitely there for a reason, and it's a very lucrative place to be, and it's really working out for our members when they're being able to spot the stuff themselves now by all the training that we're doing, and the habit of what to look for on these intraday stuff where it can really set up for a nice trade for you, whether you're doing options or stock. So, and we're all on the lookout. We broke 50 in there today in chat. So, when you have 50 people looking at the market and with some great talent in there and some super calls. So, Saturday the price increase comes in. So, if you want to be a member before Saturday, join today, MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. It's $500 for a lifetime membership. It's very simple, and you get all the training, you get everything that we're doing on the website, the portfolios, you name it, plus live chat daily. All right, enough about that. Let's get into some materials. The materials sector had a great day today, and there's a few charts I wanted to take a look at. I want to start with CF. CF had a nice little move off this bottom over here. It came down, filled this gap. Everybody knows I'm a big gap fan. Okay, so you get a big gap right here, and everybody knows that I love these things. So when they drop, they come down and fill these gaps. Okay, so this one actually filled the gap, popped up to the 50-day moving average, retreated, and you had another candle here, but it's making higher lows. Which is fantastic. So you have a trend in place right now, and you're getting ready to break the middle Bollinger Band. And if it does, look for this to test the 50 and break the 50 and come up for this double top. And I think it's possible. It's really looking good right here. Let's take a look at the weekly, and we'll get all time frames on these four stocks so you can understand what I'm talking about. Now, on the weekly, you see how your trigger is. You get this. You get the middle Bollinger Band that acted as support as these last two candles. So that was pretty much a confirmation. This candle's higher than this candle. So if we finish out the week a little bit greener here instead of going red, you can see much more upside. When you're on the upper side of the Bollinger Band, okay, it's a very bullish pattern. When you break down below it, it gets kind of bearish if you don't bring it back to life. So on the weekly, relative strength index is at 57, so you have plenty of room to move to the upside. So let's see how we finish out the week for this one. Taking a look at the monthly, that'll look a little bit different. All right, monthly looks like crap. So at this point, you do have support. Draw your trend line right across the bottom. It'll come right in line with your middle Bollinger Band. Okay, so on a monthly basis, this looks like that it's going to be heading down. So all you want to do is play the pops on these. When you're looking at your daily and your weekly, and they seem to be to the upside, so play the daily upside. Okay, so when it hits the next resistance, get out, because the monthly is telling you something different. The monthly is telling you it's going to continue to the downside. So that's how you want to play these. That's why you look at all time frames, be very careful, and manage the trade. So going back to the daily, if you want to look at this, we break out here, we come up here, you're going to get a lot of resistance right in this area from this cluster of candles, okay? Doesn't matter, you're still going to be on the other side of this. So it'll probably start to retreat on you unless the volume is absolutely massive and there's some news that changes this. All this is an oversold bounce because you have 38 on the relative strength index. So all you're going to do is play this to the upside, take your money and run. And we manage this in the chat room, so come on in anytime. CMP had a big boom and pop today, and it also broke over these two highs right here, which is fantastic. Okay, so we ran from open around 84.50, and we came up to 90. A beast move, up 5% for the day. Okay, and we're going to look back at this. Now, what I want you to take note of is this gap, and what happens. All gaps get closed. Okay, so this consolidation period is what you wanted to be a part of. Okay, and when you break out of the consolidation box, that's your trigger to buy and hold. Okay, granted it came back down a little bit, but it maintained the 50-day moving average and rode that all the way through. Okay, but you're still moving to the upside. This accumulation area is what you want to collect. Okay, then you want to move to different time frames and figure out how you can exit it. Okay, so taking a look at the weekly on this now. Here's your box on the weekly. Several weeks of consolidation before the breakout. Now I use the bottom of the candles of your lowest candles, and I use the tops of the candles to be able to show this consolidation period. Okay, so on the weekly, you still have a step up from this low over here and a step up over here. So now you have the resistance up here. Okay, and this is what's caused the resistance right now. But if you get some more momentum into this, it looks like it's going to really move to the upside. Relative strength index is only at 62 on the weekly. So let's scan it over to the monthly real quick. I'm going to try and get through this a little bit faster. Now on the monthly, you can see this month is very strong. Okay, we only have one more day, so let's see if we can close above this right here. If we can stay above the 87.24, look for this to be very bullish to the upside. Notice your Bollinger Bands are starting to curl to the upside a little bit. That's a great sign for this to come up and test this double top of 97 on the monthly. This is a beautiful setup for the future, so keep an eye on CMP. Let's go back to the daily and take a look at two more. Always use all your time frames. It's very important. MEOH. MEOH is our next one. Okay, the reason I like this one on the daily, okay, is we had a nice move off this double bottom here, but we closed above this middle Bollinger Band right here, which is going to show a intraday bull. So now we're bullish to the upside here, and we have the 50-day is the only resistance right here, which is a couple dollars out of the way, no big deal, but huge volume came into this today. Okay, so this is really starting to move to the upside. Take a look at the weekly on this. I know I'm going fast, but I got a lot of them I have to do. For the members too, we have a great sector for the members tonight. All right, so on the weekly here, you're gonna take a look here. You're gonna see it broke right here. If we can close this week above this, like right in this area at the top of the wick, which would be fantastic. This is going to be very aggressive, and it shows a nice move, that potential to this resistance right here, which would be 69.25. But I'd really want to get through the 66.75, these three candles first. So you can see how this is setting up to be a nice reversal, and the pattern is definitely trying to be saved by getting back over the middle Bollinger Band. If it doesn't hold, though, look for this one to start to roll over and head to the downside. But this is how you want to keep an eye on these at all times. Okay, manage your daily, weekly, and monthly. I can reiterate it all the time. One more WLK. WLK. All right, everyone. WLK. Here's your treat. All right, it did a split, came down, has done nothing. All right, it just right across. All right, so I got the top of my candles right here. Now let's move this a little higher because we got that candle right there. All right, so what we have here is the bottom. You can see the bottom right here, the top right here, and this top over here. So here we are right now. We're in a consolidation box after a split. Okay, so taking a look at this one, it had a nice trend before, 200-day moving average, did the split, and here we are down here now. But guess what it's doing? Okay, you had a massive candle here, massive candle, and now you broke out of that. Okay, which is a huge move. Right, the only thing now that's in the way, because there's no candles here and there's no moving averages in the way right now. Okay, because you broke over the 20. All right, so now that you're over the 20, all you have is a 50, and that's at $94. That's $24 from where it is right now. Okay, so our scans are built to pick this stuff up. So this is a treat for you. You're going to make a lot of money on it if this thing continues to run up to the upside. With this kind of volume coming into it, compared to what the rest of the volume is, you can see if this continues, this thing could blow up to the big upside. And there's a gap up here at 133. Who knows? Just manage the trade. That's all. It won't really matter on the weekly too much, but it will show the spike today. So you have the spike. It just narrows it down. We'll get this in a little bit tighter here. You can see, but it did break over the 200-day moving average, which we'll get that out of there. All right, so it did break over the 200-day moving average. That should act as full support now at 68.22, but it does change on a weekly, daily basis depending on your period time frames. So take a look at the monthly on WLK. Okay, so the first month we did the split, okay, and it even held the 50 and came back up. Second month we tested the 50 again, broke back down. All right, but look at the candle. Candles are moving higher. Okay, so what's this next candle going to do? 90% chance it's going to be a higher candle. Okay, your relative strength index is at 44. This WLK is set up to be an absolute beauty, and for me personally, I would say 91 in the next couple of months would be very reasonable on this one. So here's WLK. Manage the trade. We'll manage it in chat room. So if you want to join us anytime, come on in. It's a great time. We don't miss anything. We make a lot of money. All right. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Remember to become a member. You want to do it before Saturday. We have a price increase, so $500 now or $750 Saturday, or just get the free videos and enjoy those, because there's always winners on those also. Have yourself a great night.